Majma! Hi everyone. How is everyone today? I see we've got a gorilla, a white hat, lemonade, Hades, Eternal, and Anger. Hi! How are you all? We're going to be working on my VRChat model today. Sorry, I'm a little bit dizzy at the moment. I'm not not the most organized. Oh, Kana, hi! Thank you for the sub. Wow, indeed. Yes, we're going to be working on fixing the VRChat face tracking on my model, and currently the one that's most broken is this one, because it was one that I pushed to VRChat after VRCFT updated, which broke with how I was doing it before. So luckily everything that I pushed before that still functions. It looks a little bit off, but not like majorly, whereas this one has a lot of like the clipping issues that you'll see. I'm trying to think of how I can demonstrate it. You know, I could actually tweak my face tracking currently and show you what I mean, because I do have a thing that actually handles the limits on this one. So if I do, I just need to disable this one, and yeah, now. So you can see how, like, when I squeeze my eye and stuff, it clips into itself. That's the kind of thing that it does when you don't have the limit set correctly. And luckily it's pretty simple on my face tracking software, where I do it in this kind of setup. But on VRChat, you have to do a couple extra steps in order to limit those. And let me go ahead and hydrate. Oh, and now I'm RGB. Ah! Why the bonk? Ah. That's what they're gonna have to do, guys. Wait, didn't I have a limit on hydrate? How did it cool down that fast? Yeah, everything is RGB when you RGB. There we go. I did that. Even Fred and Frank are RGB when you get them. Alright. So what we need to do for face tracking is I'm going to show you first what the basic setup is. Because essentially it uses, since all of my blend shapes, oh, yep, there's Fred. What was I saying? Since all of my blend shapes are set up to match the VRChat specifications, oh, now we have both, you'll have the standard ones like jaw open and things like that. So luckily, there is a Jerry's template that you can get for VRCFT, which has most of the basic stuff already set up. So it'll already point to every animation that you need, triggering the same blend shapes that you would want it to. So if we go look at, where is that one? There it is. So it comes in this entire folder, and then you have the prefabs where you've got, like this VRChat one. So this is essentially the thing that you drag onto your model, and it's somewhat what I've got here, but I've already done a couple tweaks, because there are a couple extra features that are on my model that aren't on many others. And those are to do with like the face colors where if I do puffy cheeks, I'll blush. And if I do like really surprised, then I'll get like the shadows that you see on anime characters. And you get that kind of dark around the eyes. And that is definitely not normal. Not many avatars have that. So I have to build in my own setup, which is what these additional FX layers are. And the additional parameters here, because those are legitimately just to control the colors. But that still doesn't solve the clipping issue that I pointed out before. So if we were to go, and I believe I have the tester on, yeah. So if I hit play and we go into test mode, yes, I am cute and cuddly. Yeah, I'm currently swapping this into play mode so I can show you what testing these even looks like, or at least testing it outside of VRChat. So you have to do VRChat testing as well, because you don't know how things are gonna mix and match. This just lets you do like single sliders and test them yourself. And luckily I know some of the problem ones, because I've tested enough in VRChat to know where things start to go wrong. So I'll be able to show you one of them. Eternal, you realize you're basically asking me who's my favorite child, right? You don't ask that. You don't want to know that. And you ask that knowingly. You really are a menace sometimes, aren't you? Alright, so here's a test, but you can see this is not using face tracking yet. This is just using VRChat's built-in, like, that I follow motion thing. But if you go into the expressions menu, go to face tracking, you can turn on lip and eye tracking, and now it's no longer following that, because you need to rely on user inputs. And this is stuff that the VRCFT program transmits to VRChat through OSC. Which is a lot of acronyms for anyone who has no idea what I'm talking about. Basically, it's just... Oh, right, that's fine on that one. It's the program telling VRChat on a scale of like 0 to 1, how open is your jaw type thing. Which we can actually test with this FTV2 jaw open. And as I open that, you can see the jaw moves. So that tells us that we do have these synced up where they will function. But the problems that we start having are when you do things like closing an eyelid and then having the eye gaze down. And you can see that is clearly a problem because you can wink and look down. That is a thing you should be able to do and happens quite frequently. So this is something we want to go fix, which is essentially going through and telling the FX layer what limits it needs. So we'll get out of play mode now that I've shown what it is we're trying to fix today. So we are going to go back here, and I believe we should be fine to just do it in this FX layer, because this is our fixed one. So if we go in here, you can see just how insane running this thing is. And this is even like a couple steps ahead, because normally when you get into the FX layer, you just see this. This is one of the 3 layers that you have here. And luckily it very clearly tells us in this update, this is the one you're supposed to edit. When I first started using these, it didn't tell you that, because the old one was this, which I had to figure out where the frick stuff goes. But this even has different motions than this one does. So the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna add all of the missing motions that should be in here. So we're gonna add new motion field, and then this one is, I believe the first one we're missing is jaw open, because we've got all the way down through cheek puff. So then this one should move up to just below cheek puff right there. And this should match the lip tracking. So we'll paste that there. And then this should be a new motion. Can I not do a new motion? Uh-oh. This is one of the problems of why this is a weird thing. Can I not do new plantry? No? Oh wait, because I did it as a motion. Never mind. I am being dumb. I did motion. I need to add that as new blend tree. And now it's a blend tree. And now we can rename it to whatever the heck we need it to be. Which in this case is this one. Rename this to jaw open blend. And this is still not done, because we now have to add all of the things to this. If I could only pick one, would I rather pick blue or orange? That's a tricky one. Because I don't think either on their own do me justice. Because it's like, if I was all blue, I feel like I'd feel more sad or like chill than I actually am. Whereas all orange just isn't entirely flattering to me. So I don't think I could pick one. I think if I had to pick a single color, it would be neither. I'd probably pick, maybe a red? No, because red doesn't fit me either anymore. I don't know. But yeah, so we're gonna lock this one down, and the way that we're gonna handle doing this jaw open one is we're actually gonna go to our other one, and if we click on this inspector, we can now click into what the jaw open should be here, and lock this one now, and now we can swap back and forth between the old one and the new one. So we need this to match this animation, and then it needs a jaw open helper and jaw open animation. So we'll do a new blend tree first, and then motion field. And those should be correct. Don't want to automate thresholds, but everything else should work. And then green's a pretty good color. We need animations. Wait, where are my animations? Alright, it's under the face animations VRChat. And then we need the jaw open, which is somewhere in this list. There we go, jaw open right here. And, oh wait, that's the wrong one. Because we want this to use the actual Jerry's template ones instead of the ones that I made before. So we need the one from down here somewhere. Animations, VRChat face blend shapes, there we go. Jaw open? Oh, wait, no, what? What? Hang on, they've changed something. Oh no. Okay, well, where did they even put jaw open then? I am going to confuse myself on this, I am sure. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that one, go back to our thingy here, and let's see if we can figure out where jaw open is in this mess. Because I would have thought they would have a jaw open. Though I don't know if that's just one we've added now. Hang on. Where is this the new one? No, that's old. That's the older version. Let's go look at the actual template one then. Oh, that's still the, oh, I got booped. Let's see. Animators, VRChat blend shapes. This one. So this one is the default one. So if we go look at their defaults, do they have a jaw open anywhere in here? They do. They do have a jaw open right there, but they don't have a motion for it. So how are they handling jaw open then? This is why it's so weird. Is their jaw open anywhere else? Crap, it's now not set correctly. We're gonna click that one, click back to this one. So this is all just the enabling and disabling. That's fine. That's not anything. So it can't be that, because there's, and I'm gonna click into this just to see, but this shouldn't be, oop, it is booted me out of it immediately. There we go, it is just that laggy, apparently. There are a ton of things in here. Okay, so it's literally just calling the blend shape driver and the remote thingy. So if we go to the blend shape driver, this is the thing we're actually supposed to be editing, which now confuses me as for where jaw open is. Oh wait, jaw open is on the frickin', it's on the limits one, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so here's where they've moved jaw open. They've moved jaw open over here. Because that's part of their calibration limits that were part of the update. So that's why it wasn't there. Does that mean that we need to just move our jaw open stuff into there? But that doesn't actually fix the eye things that we were talking about before. I know the other thing that I was noticing, I think we're just gonna have to basically ignore what I did before and fix each symptom that I see rather than try and duplicate the old method, because the old method apparently just doesn't exist anymore. So trying to duplicate it is probably just going to cause more problems. So let's see, how do we want to do that then? Let's test one more thing first. We're actually gonna first go back and remove the jaw open that we added, because it's not all that helpful anyways. I didn't mean to click that, but I hope that's fine. Should be an OSC input. So jaw open blend, remove that, because that should be in the limits. Okay. So that is now back to what it was. So now if we go back to this, go back to play mode, and then try and test the other thing that I was aware of that wasn't quite working last time I was in VRChat, we can figure out how we're going to fix that. Because I think it was the, like, upper lip going up that just wasn't. Just like when I do E, you can see how my upper lip goes up. It's kind of hard to do without smiling. I'll hydrate. I do find it a little bit funny though that I walked into this thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna copy what I did before. Nope. Dev is never that easy. Now you guys get to see how I handle when things just don't go to plan, because this is an awful lot of how things happen. Alright, so if we do mouth upper up right here. Yeah, so that's just not doing anything. So we need to add that in for sure. And then is... Hang on, let me hide all the gizmos so that we can see better. Is mouth lower down doing anything? Okay, so mouth lower down is... Why? Why would this one function, but this one not? Either way. That's one that I noticed that wasn't working, and then, so lip pucker is working. Is mouth funnel? Mouth funnel is, lip suck is, or at least lower is upper, the upper is as well. Jaw forward is functioning. Jaw X, yep, that's moving side to side. Mouth open, mouth closed is functioning. So then the one that we'll want to try and fix first is going to be this, not that one, the mouth upper up. So let's check mouth X. Okay, yeah, so that one's functioning. It is not permanent. It will go away once I'm sure my stomach is fixed. I was a little bit nauseous before stream, which is why it hasn't been removed yet. And then mouth lower down we said worked. Smile, frown, that works. Same with this one. And then stretch functions. I'm definitely on the road to recovery, so I should be good. I actually thought I was like entirely fixed earlier today. And then my stomach was just like, nope, we're gonna make you nervous before stream. Wait, what is... Why does that... That shouldn't do that. Because I can... That's a weird one. Because I thought that would be with, like, no sneer. And then... Hang on, what if I do... If I do brow down... Okay, so at least it doesn't stack brow down. And then if I lower that... Okay, so it doesn't... It at least has limits in place for that, where it's not gonna overdo those. So I guess that one's fine. Tongue out works. And then mouth press functions as expected. Okay. Hi Dip, how are you? So it is the mouth upper up that needs fix, as well as the limits in place for like the squeezing stuff. It's the eyelid left down, and then I think actually eye squint as well. Yeah, so I need limit on eye squint and limit on the look down. How does look up do though? Look up. That's weird, but about what you would expect, honestly. It's a look down that has a major problem. So we'll go ahead and get out of play mode. And then... we actually haven't changed anything yet. We have just done testing and confirmation on what we need to do. We've not made any changes yet. Because all of that was moving the inputs, essentially. So that was live testing it without actually having the face data coming in. Because everything that we need to change is on this thingy, which we've not made any changes. It is exactly as it was. We do need to figure out how we did the mouth upper up before. Though my question now is, how is it doing the mouth lower down? Where is that one? Because we should be doing it in a similar manner. But I don't see that one on here, which is odd. Is that part of the mouth tracking emulation? Nope. That's different. And then limits is limiting brow sad there. Come on, you gonna... No, this is very confused. Hang on, click off that one, click back to there, that one, there. Double check the tracking limits. Limit. Mouth upper up blend, right? Okay, so we do have mouth upper up in here. So is upper up just being too limited? Why would that be the case though? Limits. Limit on. I don't even know where it's determining what's limited or not. Lower down is there. 1, 0, that makes sense. I wish there was a way to step back up, but there's not really. Other than like clicking on it in here, which we can find this thing I think is about where we're at. And then it's limits on that one. There we go. Okay, so we want to click this whenever we want to go back to what we're trying to get to. So then it's got mouth upper up left and right. Do I need to... Yeah, it's got all of them in there. So why is that not working properly then? Oh, the other thing that I should check is just, is there an update for the template thingy? No, there's an update for VRC Fury, but I don't see an update for the package that does the face tracking. No, we are on the latest version of that. So there's not like some glitch that they've since patched. At least not that I'm aware of, or maybe that not that they're aware of, for all I know. But that does mean that there is probably a user input for the limiter. So maybe we need to try and do play mode again and see if turning that on or off changes it. But I don't know why the limiter would only affect one and not the other if both of them are here. That's what has me very confused. What was this one, right? There we go. So this one, it is using the mouth lower down. Using, that's basically just no animation. Then it goes into this one, which has... Why is it going off of lip funnel? Eh? That... What? Hang on. Then what is this one doing? So this is upper upright. That makes sense. And then it also goes off of lip funnel. How? Why? Oh, that's... I think I figured out what it's doing. It's making it so that lip funnel doesn't stack the frickin' mouth up open, or mouth upper up and mouth lower down doesn't stack with mouth funnel, because mouth funnel is the... Ooh, like that shape. So if you had that as well as the mouth upper up, then you're gonna end up with like super tall mouth, which isn't what you want. So that does make sense, but it doesn't make sense why it's just not triggering. Unless, is there like something here that I've accidentally messed with? Mouth raise upper does have a number here. Maybe it shouldn't, but I sure hope that doesn't change things, otherwise I've been accidentally changing things without knowing. Jot X functions. That's fine. I guess let's see if that changed anything, and we can also do the play mode of just try and see if the limit changes things. This is far too sleepy music right now though. Nah. That one works. It is a little bit weird that the loading thingy doesn't show up on stream, so you can't quite see that I'm just waiting for stuff to process. Because VRC Fury is helpful, but it also increases the time it takes to go into play mode and test things. Because it has to do all of the stuff that VRChat does, essentially. Okay, so we've got stuff back. Turn on the tracking again. And then, is there a option for limit? Yeah, that is definitely a reason. So there's the direct blend, iSync mix. What about one for limit? Oh, hang on. Face tracking limits local. Okay. So right now the limits are on, so if we turn that off, and then do... Is there like any others before I double check that? There are so many freaking parameters here. Does this one work? No. Okay, so that's all the local stuff. Though I don't know if that means that we've found the right limit, because we found a local limit, which is not quite the same. There's apparently a whole other set here. That should be merged with the other one. Okay, so this is the one where we found face tracking limit local. Is there a face tracking limit globe? Or I suppose it would be called face tracking limit. Or face tracking limit synced would probably be it. But I think that might be the only one. So that still functions, and then mouth upper up still doesn't. So that's not it. What if we do lip funnel and then over down? Okay. So those stack, and then if I turn on the face limit that we found before, this one. Okay. So that shows that the limit was in fact the correct one, because with limits on, that doesn't do it. With limits off, that does. So now, the question still stands of why the frick doesn't mouth upper up work? Alright, we've at least learned a thing. I'm realizing I am doing the same thing I do in puzzle games when I have a run that doesn't go well, which is just, we learned a thing, we move on. Which, that's about what you have to do. That is another example of how you approach anything shows how you approach anything. Or, no, how you approach anything shows how you approach everything. So how you do games is how you handle life, or how you bake cookies is how you write an essay. I don't know. I'm losing the plot. I'm just speaking nonsense while I try and figure this out. Legos are fun. Is there... Such says limits, no limits. And this is just same things, but without the limits built in. Mouth upper up is there too. So why? I am confused. I'm gonna do a quick check on something, because I do have the Discord for this program. So if I search, what is it? Upper up. Is anyone else having this problem? So what was this problem? Certain expressions. Oh, is it because... Well, no, because it's got left and right. So I guess we need to check the actual animations on this then. So if we go click on mouth upper right, and then click on this one, go to this animation. This is going to be one of the trickier bits. Have we looked at that animation in thingy? Yes, we have. Okay. And then we need Evelyn FX. So we need to open this. Come on, there we go. Base layer. Oh no, we need... Yes, that one. What? Hang on, I had a different one. Where'd it go? Is it this one? No, not that one. Where'd it go? Hang on, do I need to look at the pretty dress one? There it is. That's the one I need on this. So we'll stick that in there. This has like, it's basically my stupid test everything one. I don't really want to, so there is a bit of a problem with this one. If I go here, click on that, and go to the animations, you can see this has a, oh, you can't even see, it doesn't show on here. Dang it! Okay, hang on, we're gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do the thing that most people should not do on stream, but I want to do it momentarily. Which is show my entire display. So we're gonna go properties. Oh, right, this has silliness going on. Hang on. Filters, turn that off, close that. And then, there we go. So now, if I do this big long list that keeps going and really keeps going, this is all of the blend shapes, or all of the animations currently on this avatar. This just isn't gonna work. So we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do, instead of using the Evelyn FX layer that was generated for that, is there another one we can use? I wonder if we can use one from Jerry's template. Do they have one in here? Animations, haircut. They don't have one there. What if we slap on this? Is that gonna do nothing? Okay, so this does have them. So we can see what all of these animations work with. So we need mouth upper up, which is somewhere. Maybe? I have realized this has the same problem. And yes, there is no scroll bar on this. It is that dumb. So yeah, we might be making another one. Hang on, we got mouth lower down. What if we try the mouth raise or upper? No, because that's OSC stuff. Okay. Save for Team Win. I really should make that. There's currently a weird bit of most of the stuff that we're currently doing saves automatically. Because we're editing files, essentially, and those just auto save. So there's not really much of a concern on this one, but I really should add something. I need to find something that literally shouts save or something, like one of those sound redeem ones. Because that would probably be the way to do it. So even if I'm not doing something that requires me to save, you guys can still shout save at me. I'm not gonna make it an air horn. I like a certain level of chaos, but I do also want to respect the people who like dozing off in my streams, and air horn is not gonna help with that. Okay, we finally reached mouth. Okay, mouth upper up left. Okay. There's our problem. Okay, so this is trying to do the animation that is just... Oh, hang on. Shoot. I have forgotten that this is an issue where it just does... The animation is working. But it's not. And hi, Dean. You have come in at an interesting time. What the heck do I do with this then? Hang on, we're gonna hide that a little bit. Because that is definitely mouth up. So why is that not working as it should? Yeah, because that's mouth upper up left is functioning on mouth upper up left. Yeah, you've got one of the days where we're trying to be productive and Think is saying no currently, because we're just working through the weird bugs. So, we've at least determined this is not the issue. The animation is correct. I don't know what that means then. Because clearly it wasn't triggering. But I don't know why it wasn't triggering. Let's go look at the FX layer again. Let's go look at this, click into there, and then we need the one with limits is where we're gonna start here. Mouth upper up left, that's the one that we just checked. And that is the correct animation. Yes, please do, Dean. And anything that you could think of to try is something I will look into at this point, because even I'm lost. I'm probably gonna have to change the title of this after the fact. I don't know though. Cause I don't think the secret to perfect face tracking is accurate anymore. It's clearly not. Yes. So why else would this not be triggering, but this one is? So this one has mouth lower down, doesn't have automated thresholds, doesn't have compute thresholds. That one is a empty, or like not an empty, but a one where it's set to 0. This is one where it's set to 1. And this runs off of lip funnel. And if we click back to this one and check upper left, same thing here, 0, runs off of lip funnel. That one's set to 0. That one's set to that. I mean, it's only a trade secret if I understand what it is. Otherwise, I just lucked out. Let me look back at the thing I was looking at before. I don't think that even they knew what they were talking about, because they're talking about exporting it as an FBX and stuff, which, yeah, that's definitely not right. They're not doing it right. Oh, hang on. So, mouth upper up param is just a float, unlike mouth lower down. So are they two different? Well, I only needed to look out once with my model until they decided to change the face tracking in VRChat, And now my model doesn't have the correct face tracking anymore. It has significantly worse face tracking that ends up with clipping issues that are like this. And that's not what I want. And it's a very easy fix on the system that I'm currently using, but not... I've also just realized that I was actually showing the thing. That's why you don't do display capture, guys. Luckily I was just showing the actual thing I was trying to read and not any DMs or anything. I'm sure you like the recursive, but I shouldn't. Let's see. It's this... There we go, hydrated. Oh shoot, this was also a post from October. When did the face tracking update come out? Or when did the update come out? Let me go check the Steam page. VRCFT. So then the calibration update was in November. So this post that I'm looking at was made before the issue I'm currently having. So that's not gonna help us. This is why stuff like this is so hard. You end up scrolling through a post that you think might help, only to find out it's from too long ago. Though it might still have something. That doesn't have anything useful though. So let's look at the parameters. Mouth upper up left, upper up right, lower down are all floats. I mean, ish, kind of. Because it is a weird kind of issue. Here, we'll even... Well, there's one more thing I can check. So we're gonna go back into play mode again. And we're gonna fiddle with it a little bit more and see if we can figure out anything else about what it's doing. And wait, did you just call me a plant? I'm not a plant. That's fair, Hades. Welcome back. You're not super late. You've missed us floundering is the honest answer. Which is apparently my secret to perfect face tracking is just flounder until I figure it out. Though it was kind of funny to like be setting up stream with 2 minutes till stream and see you say that you're gonna come back in 10. Alright. So turn back on the face tracking, and then we're gonna hit debug. And now, if we go look at this should tell us what exactly we're seeing. And can I even do, like, drag these out side by side? Okay. Hang on. Maybe if I put this one somewhere where we can see it a little bit better. Because we do want to see both. We're going to zoom in on the scale on this. Okay. So now we've got our little preview of what the face is doing, as well as seeing what the debug is doing. So now if we do, like, where is it? Mouth lower down is a good example. So you can see mouth lower down is in fact triggering mouth lower down left and right. The blend shape matches the OSC. Fair enough, Hades. It would not be the first time that someone has dozed off in my stream. And then if we do mouth upper up, oh, that's weird. So the OSC isn't even transmitting that. Why? Why turn out the lights, Coda? Okay, that's a discovery. I don't understand. Are any others like this? So no, mouth right works. Mouth smile works and it triggers dimple and squint, which is about what you would expect. Mouth left works. Question. You donate through the shop page. Good question. I believe it counts it like a digital sale and they take like 5%, I think. I'll have to double check on that. And then, oh, let's try no sneer. So that one goes up, brow goes up, that is expected. Tongue out, oh, that's, that's the wrong one. Tongue out, functions. It opens the jaw a little bit to account for it, that's fine. Yeah. And then mouth pressed works fine. Why in the world would mouth upper just not trigger though? Mouth upper upright. Might have to change gears because I might have discovered at least one of my issues. But that doesn't mean I understand what to do about it. Let's try some of these other ones down here. Ones that I don't normally use. Maybe one of those got weirdly connected somehow. But I don't know how that would or why. Like the mouth razor upper doesn't do anything. Mouth upper up doesn't do anything. Mouth upper left doesn't do anything. Razor upper doesn't do anything. Upper left. Nope. Neither does upper right. Okay. So we have at least made a discovery. But I guess the mouth upper issue is going to be something we're just stuck on. I wish there was like a reset button for the inputs. But let's put that back. And then can I reposition this to get a better screenshot? So if we're talking candy flavors, I prefer blue raspberry. If we're talking actual things, I prefer normal raspberries. Because anything that's like raspberry jam or raspberry syrup always goes for the super tart raspberries, which are not the good ones. Those are the overripe raspberries to me, and I don't jive with those as much. I need the ones that are like just underripe enough that you can like pull them apart and things. Hades, are you some goat hybrid thingy? I mean, you are one of the little thingies at the bottom of the screen. I'm not sure which one you are currently. You are this one. So yeah, you have antlers and pink wings. Yeah, Yes, blue raspberry is not a real plant. You are correct. Hydrating. And then let me finish grabbing screenshot. And I will even red circle. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to red circle that. I need to zoom in on this. And then point to these two so that it's clear on the screenshot. All right, so I've got that, and I'll have to go put that in the Discord for thingy. So I will go to Avatar Help and then post mouth upper not that there, and then I guess I put that under Unity face tracking animations, troubleshooting, and Jerry's template because it is part of that. And then which version of the plugin am I using? So I can put this on here. Using 7.04. Alright, I've at least created the post, so hopefully someone has some idea on that Discord. For now, I think we're gonna work on seeing if we can limit the eye thing, which was the other thing that we were trying to look at today. So we'll get out of play mode. We'll see about adding some of the other limits. There we go, we can zoom that back out. And then reposition that. So how would we go about doing the eye limits? So it'd be under this. Under this limits probably... Oh, there are no eye limits. Why are there no eye limits? Are they somewhere else? Or is that... Why would you not have eye limits? Because it should be, I think these two need to go under the limits section. Look left, look right, look up, and look down shouldn't ever be limited, because that's just gaze. Is there anything else in here that should be limited that isn't? Brow inner up is fine, brow outer up is fine, brow down is fine, nose sneer is fine, cheek puff doesn't need a limit, mouth closed is fine as well, jaw forward, mouth smile, mouth funnel. Yeah, so everything else should be fine. We just need to get these two into the limits then. Which, the troublesome part is that you can't just take a blend tree and drag it somewhere else. That just doesn't really work. And if we click into this, luckily this one is just 4 of these, but we need to add, probably the way to do this is actually to look at the older version and see what I did on those eye ones. Because if we go look at the copy version, click on this one, click here, and then go to the right eyelid blend, you can see that squint and... Wait, why is that? Uh-oh. Hang on, how did I do this? Why is this again? Why am I so confused on what I've done before? Alright. So how did I even do this before? I think it was, yeah, I don't have any other ones, so it was done entirely in the eye thing. Did I have it on the eye look somewhere? No, because that's just as you expect. Those are eye rotations. So then it has to be in here. And these are just normal blink ones. They're going off of the eyelid right and squint. How did I... Where did I add the limiters for this? I remember adding limiters for this, but I don't have them. Because you can see an example of one of the limiters on... where'd it go? I saw it a second ago. Alright. It's just a blend shape that goes into that. Oh, so these ones are the emulated ones. That's how I did emulation before. Where eyes being wide would also trigger brow inner up on my VRChat avatar. Because it's really hard to detect brow inner up when you have a headset on and it's basically covering your brows. But that doesn't explain limiters. Did I not ever do any limiters? How did my other one not have this problem then? Yeah. Do get home, Hades. We'll be here for another 2 hours. Whether we're doing this is a different question. Oh, and we have a Fred. When did Fred get here? Oh, hang on. Here's one that says limit. So limit mouth frown left. Why did I limit the mouth frown? Oh, when it was going left to right. Like that. But why? So you've got that one. It's basically when it frowns left. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. So when it's set to frown, check if it's doing mouth to the side. And then if mouth to the side is not happening, then you do mouth frown. If it's close to -3, apparently, then it's nothing. So it's just reducing it, not fully, because I think the max would be -1. So it's basically doing 1/3 of what it would be if it was to the side, like that. So that's how I did it before. But why is that? Why is something like that not up here where it's doing a if you're doing a blink, check if you're looking down and reduce it? Because that's what I should be doing. Why did I not need to do that? Do I just go do that anyways? I mean, if I need to fix the eye issues, I kind of need to fix the eye issues. And that is the way I would think of to do it. I'm just baffled that that got introduced in the first place, if it has thing. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to our thingy. This one. Edit this layer. And then I guess we're gonna add it to the limit ones. That, hang on, what is this one? Limits. Oh. Yes, boop. Because I don't want to have to really redo all of this. Though I guess if it's just animations, it's fine. Though I've still forgotten why I did the double squint on the other one. That's the other thing. I think that was just pulling in the squint and making it easier to trigger. Yeah, I don't recommend hitting your leg on a chair, Kona. Didn't you already injure your leg? Very nice lemonade. Sounds like you'll be able to help him if he has trouble then. Trouble? Trouble. I speak weirdly.
I'm scared of, I suppose. Monsters. There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves.
So I guess we need to do a... It doesn't affect wide. Doesn't affect neutral. Does it affect squint? That's the other thing. That is a weird thing to shout, Kona. And I think we're going back into play mode to test something else, because I've got another thing I'm curious about. Because I need to figure out if we need to limit squint as well as blink, or just blink. Because those are two different blend shapes. And one is simpler, one is just like I'm doing now, whereas one is that. Yes, no getting smacked with cheese for me right now. You want to see an angry cat face? What, like... I don't often get angry. Kind of just ends up looking like pouting, I think. Alright, so then we need to test... I squint. There we go. And then we do the look up, looks fine, look down. Okay, so squint and look down basically results in a blink, but that's about what you'd expect, so that's fine. The issue comes with the eye blink, because that eye wide and look down doesn't quite work, does it? The other option I could do is change the animations on the model to where, or the blend shapes on the model, to where they better accommodate being mixed like that. So that is another solution I could do where I wouldn't have to fiddle so much with the FX layers. But that would affect when I've got it here as well. And I'd have to recalibrate these, and it's... I don't know. I don't know what the best way to go is. It's kind of one of those, you pick your poison, you just deal with it. Though I don't think... I don't think you're ever gonna actually get like eye wide and look down, because you naturally close your eyes as you look down. So I guess I'll see if that's ever an issue, but I know for certain this is an issue. I have had this trigger before. Maybe not to that extent, maybe more to like, there and stuff. Because I'll be like looking down at Tanny and blink and it just looks weird to me. So I do probably need that limit. What do they expect from the IY blend, or like the look up and look down blend shapes on this one, if not this? Though, I don't know. It's always weird. So we've at least determined we don't need to limit squint, we just need to limit the blink. And it's been an hour and we've not actually made any actual changes. It's a weird day. Alright, so we're never gonna want this limit gone, I think. So we might just be good to bake it into this. So we're just gonna test it on eye right and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna add a blend tree. And we are going to call this one eye right blink. And then this is going to function off of the FT V2IY. So we're gonna add 2 motion fields. And then the one at 1, so this is when, no, this should be 1 and -1, or not 1. This should be 0 and -1. So 0 is eye is looking straight, which is fine. Or at least I think it was. Pretty sure it was. So we'll go here, eyelid blink right. That brings us back to that. So then 0 is eye blink, and then I think this is, no, that's left. We don't want to trigger left. We want no motion on that one, I guess. And then if we just remove the eyelid blink right from being 0, 0. Why is that at 0, 0 is now my other question. Okay, well, we'll put our eye blink right at 0, 0. So that's now going to replace that. That we will grab the name from this, and we're going to rename our blend tree to that, because that's what it's replacing. So now if we get rid of this one, yes, remove that one. Now we should have everything as it was, and we can even compare it to the other one, that looks the exact same, aside from it now has 1 motion tree. And now we need to go and test if this actually functioned and does the limit correctly. So back to pulling up play mode and seeing if this is what we want. If we make even 1 improvement, that's good, but I kind of need the mouth upper up, so I'm hoping we get someone responding to that soon. We'll even make sure that our notifications are on that message. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we figure out that. It is at least functional otherwise. Like, I have actually used this avatar with the slightly messed up face tracking in a recording that I've done. But it was one that was at a greater distance and not when I was, like, talking and stuff. So, like, not quite correct face tracking is more acceptable on those, in my opinion. Oh, that's not good. What has happened here? Oh, hang on. It's just stuck looking around, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna do that. No, come on. I want you to just look straight ahead and then forget. Okay, I think that should be fine. And then if we do the eyelid right, so that's closed, and then I look down. Nope, dang it! It didn't limit it. Okay, why did it not limit it? Did it limit it up? It looks like it might have limited it up. Which is... Wait, no, that wouldn't even limit it up. Okay, so that is -1. And eyelid right, -1. Why is it triggering that at 0? Why was it looking for 0, 0? No, I guess it is. I guess it is normally 0 is blink. So blink is blinking, but it's not limiting, which is a freaking weird statement. Oh, we probably need it. Oh, if we do the eye neutral, I think that one might work. Because there's probably an animation for eye neutral, and that's what we need on the other side of it. Okay. So if we go back to our thingy, this one to make sure we've got the right one, click into here, this. Yes, because we have a eyelid neutral right. So we need... What the frick did you do? Eh? We're gonna click into another one, click into the same one. This one. I blink right. And then we want the eyelid neutral right as our alternate. I mean, you can get yourself a hamburger. I am not the one stopping you from getting a hamburger. Alright, so now that we've got that, we can test it again. Because so much of this is testing. And I tend to forget that we have the hamburger command. There's so many things I want to make. But then stuff like this happens. And I spend so much time working on one thing. There we go. Almost there, almost loaded. Takes so long to load. I have realized that these moments where there's just nothing going on, I just tend to make faces. And it's a little bit silly, but it's cute. Okay. You're in spin? Why are you in spin, Lemonade? Alright, so we'll change this to 0, and then have it look down. Okay. So we want that to not correct quite as much, but that has functionally worked. We want it to have a little bit of a blink, but not quite so much. A pan? Why are you in a pan? So I think we'll tweak the thing, and then we'll also add it to the other one, so then we can hopefully get both of them fixed. And it'll have only taken an hour and 20 minutes to fix one tiny thing on the on the face tracking. So we probably want this threshold to be at like -2, maybe? That's gonna be my guess. You're spinning in a pan. Are you getting fried? So we'll add a new blend tree. Move that up. Make sure that's at 0, 0. Rename this one so that we can copy that and put that in our blend tree. And that should be 1D. We need to copy that IY. Put that there. Add motion field 2 times. So then we need the blink. And that should be at 0. This one should be at -2. And that should be on the neutral left. There we go. Hi, Theorizer. I'm good. And hi, Parker. We have been struggling to fix blend trees. But I think we might have it. Might. It's probably going to have something wrong with it, because it usually does. But we're going to try. We're going to hit play mode, and we're going to let it load and see if it fixed the eye clipping issue. Because if I can at least fix that, it's going to feel more usable, and then I just need to figure out what the frick is going on with the mouth upper up not working. Why did I blend the trees? I didn't, Unity did. Unity's a bit of a menace. Though it's also one of those things of what else do you call a branching structure of blend shape animations? Blend trees. Why are you tickling Eternal Lemonade? Oh, okay. We're good. Alright, expressions, turn on the face tracking. Alright, let's see if this functioned. So, eyelid left go down, it blinks, and then as I look down with this one... Dang it! Not enough. I think that is slightly better, but I do think that -2... Wait, what? What? Hang on, because the eye right is functioning as it should. Why is the eye left not? Oh, we forgot to remove the other one, so that's currently doing double. We need to remove the other part of the blend tree that was doing that. So are we happy with the right one is now the question. No. Because that... Hang on, so let's do... Oh shoot, not wide. We want like 75 right now. So set that back to 0. Normal blink is like there. So then as it starts looking down, it goes too far. Okay. So... we do want it to, like, lower a little bit, but we don't want it to lower beyond, like, that, I think. I think that would be look down and eyes closed, where it's just, like, pushed down more kind of thing. So, probably -1.25, maybe? Might be where we want it. Something like that. So we'll just back out and try again, because so much of this is trial and error. So instead of -2, we'll do -1.25. And then on this one, we need to remove the eye blink animation here, because we forgot to do that. And then this needs to change to -1.25. And then we see if that is the correct number or if we need to change that again. So now we go back to play mode again. Lemonade, should I be scared of how you got a home run on a god with a pillow? Do I even want to know which god you hit? Clearly wasn't me. I'm still here. It would be really funny to have, like, some of those where you could just fling me. God of sleep. Well, do you not want sleep? Sleep is nice. Well, I can probably get rid of my dizzy thingies. Also, I've realized that there is a cursed shapeshift that I don't remember you ever asking for. Which is kind of funny to think about. And I'm wondering if you can think of which one it would be. Do it? Well, can you guess which one it is? Because I know I've shown it on stream before, but I don't recall you ever asking for it. So we'll test eyelid right. And then test eye down. Yeah, that is about what we want. Where it's like clearly still doing the thing. Z-squish? No, it is, it's uncat. Because I can uncat, and this one's pretty cursed. People don't tend to like this one. But you never ask for it. Yeah, no one ever likes it. No one likes it when you uncat their cat girl. We've talked about that one before. I can, like, shrink my hair a lot, but I can't, like, I don't have a singular hair root bone, so some hair is always going to be left behind, so it's going to look like I have, like, a toupee or something. But since that requires doing 3 bones at the same time, then no. Not bald? Well, I can't remove my fur. Well, I could, but I don't want to. I'd have to make a whole new model for that, because that would require changing the materials and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It could probably go a little bit more, but I think as far as, like, it fiddling with stuff, that looks fine. So we've got that one fixed. What else do I need to do then? Yeah, I don't want to do bold and wrinkled. We've already got the frickin' buff cat. That's already pretty wrinkly in a different way. So the only one that we need to fix now is the mouth upper up, which just isn't. No raw chicken cat. Is it expecting another parameter or something? Is that why? But how would it be expecting another parameter? I did have a thought about Keidakat, which I need to Google something. don't know if this is gonna work well, but I can just live experiment as a little bit of a break from experimenting on blend shape stuff. How do I want to do this is now the question. We're gonna make an entirely new graph for this, I guess, because this is gonna be weird. We'll name this graph cow, why not? And then the thing we need is gonna be similar to this one, where it is over here, I think. Oh, that's just rotation though. We need something that moves an object. It's a collision, object reset, object position. That's what we're looking for. And then we'll do trigger it off of this one. Actually, no. We should yoink one of the channel, no, WebSocket ones. Paste that node here, call this one cow. And then it should be affecting ear L base probably. And then so if I wanted to do like -0.5, where does that end up? Where is my ear gone? Oh, it's down there. So -0.5 is probably a bit too much, eh? it still rotates and stuff. Let's try -0.05. Okay, that is in fact down. And then if we were to move that to the right a little bit, maybe like 0.05 on that side, other direction, so that would be negative. Okay, getting closer. Maybe even do that one. Okay, so now I've got ear on the side. It's a good start. We're gonna need an object rotation as well, it looks like. So then if we did same one and then rotated probably z-axis. Let's try 90 degrees. Actually, let me undo that. So we reset that first. Pull that over here. I can kind of position it more like a cow, but because of how my face tracking works, it kind of overrides the rotation, it looks like, which is a little bit of a problem when it comes to trying to put it in a different place. But I can. So if we duplicate this one and then swap it to the other ear, and that one would be positive then. So if I return that to the basic one, here I'll do it while I'm hidden in the box. And now if I lift it up, come on, up. There we go. I have weirdly positioned ears. I don't know if this is actually useful for anything. I don't think I landed on cow. Yeah, it kind of does look elfish, doesn't it? I am just elf with fluffy ears, I guess. Do I need to save this as an elf toggle? What? I am Keidakat. But this is not cat mode. This does not feel cat to me. Oh, Keidabat. I don't know if it's bat either, though. Let's try something else. So let's put those back, and then if we add another thingy to this, where it is, let's try just this. Let's see how this looks. No idea what this is gonna do, really. Whoops. I just have very thin sticks. That's kind of a weird one. Though that does make me wonder, what if I do... What if I do something like this? I have no idea what this is. Maybe Keidakat? I don't think it quite works though. It is a little bit wobbly. It is quite fun to do this. All right, so let's reset those for a second and put those back to 1 and see what does it look like if I do this now. That looks like Keidakat. Now I've got Keidakat. And I'm just missing the wings part of it. But I will rename this one to Bat then. Where did I put my other animal ones? Because I should probably put this alongside those. I'm not sure what else I could do for other animal ones. Because I know I've done goldfish and walrus. And apparently now bat. I don't know. Yeah, that's the weird thing about being a shapeshifter, is when you haven't practiced something, you end up like trying things that you've never done before, and then ending up somewhere you didn't expect to go. And it's not terrible. We ended up with a pretty good bat, but it's certainly not a cow. If I wanted cow, I would have to turn off my stuff that lets me actually be expressive with my ears, and that's no fun. Lemonade? Why do you say that like it's an SCP? Like, why is there just suddenly a metal chair in your kitchen? Why was there not before? Is it just spontaneous metal chair? That does still beg the question of where were the... Okay, there they are. Okay, so I will move bat with the other ones. I will copy connective nodes, and then on the blend shape shapeshifts, I will paste it. Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Do I not have... Oh no, I do have puff there. Okay. So paste that there. And we've now got bat added. Oh, you don't have a dining area? It was used to cut hair? Fair enough. Yeah, I've also got goldfish. And I can also do walrus. And then of course there's the creepy smile that people have requested multiple times. It's just pretty creepy. I also have something here labeled brow. Ah, yes, I was testing exaggerated sad expressions. Oh, right, this was the thing that made me think that I needed to exaggerate my sad a bit more on the blend shapes. So I don't know if we want to do that now or not. And there's also just, oop, I didn't mean to make that, or remove that thingy. Just frown, exaggerated. There we go, though. Alright, enough of a tangent. Though, is it really a tangent if we were already done with what we were doing before? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I need to exaggerate my sad? Because my sad is normally just this. Which looks kind of sad. But I could be more exaggerated with it. Almost cow? Oh, what is sad almost cow? It's just that almost cow? It does get the angle correct. That's what I was trying to do with the rotation, but the rotations apparently don't stack. It just auto-corrects it. Unless that's a setting I can change. Though, I wouldn't want it to stack on the frickin' this one. Meh. No, it's not something I can change. Because it just don't work like that. Oh, wait, maybe there is a thing I could do. Because if I do... Where's thingy? I'm gonna duplicate that then. So copy connected nodes. Actually, wait, do I still have cow over here? I do, okay, I can just edit it on this one. So get rid of the object scale for now. And then we'll add back in the object rotation. And instead of doing it on the base one, let's try doing it on the one that has physics to it. And we'll do this at 90 degrees there. Nope. Because it has physics, it says no. Dang it. Other one I could do it on is well, I've got the ears rotated. I don't think this is how they're supposed to go, though. What if I do that on a different axis, though? What if I do that on, like, the x-axis? I mean, I've almost got dog here. I've almost got a dog with floppy ears. So maybe if I do rotate X to like 100 degrees and then have it go Z forward a little bit, like 0.05 maybe. That's gone lower. Maybe we get rid of the drop down? Nope. That's... Oh, we probably need it to go up. Oh, wait, no, it's gone down because it's doing Z there. So we want that to be no change in Z. And then we want Y to change to go up a little bit. Almost. We've got it a little bit odd. So if we need it to go back, then we need Z to go negative a little bit. So negative 0.05 maybe. And then we probably want even more rotation than we've got, so maybe 150? We'll see what that does. Okay, so that's almost floppy, but we need it up more. So maybe Y position that. Somewhere. Attack mode cat, it's gonna only hear footsteps. I can do weird things. Maybe negative 0.1 on the ears. And we're just gonna make that not a toggle for now. There we go, okay. So that is almost. What if we bring this to where it is a little bit lower? So maybe 0.08. And then maybe forward more, which would be even more negative Z, I think. So maybe 0.08 as well. I've almost got dog, I feel like. It's a bit weird though. I'm basically just using the back of my ears at this point. Actually, if I made them long, I would have Lot Bunny, wouldn't I? Do I want to try that? What if I scale the base of them? Because I've never tried that. Actually, no, I have tried that, but I've tried that differently. So if it was 1, 1. That's something. The problem is that like it kind of messes up when you do it like that. So I think that's a no. I'm just gonna flop that back. I think that works better. So delete that node. Oh, you can also see the parts where I've had to remove some of the mesh to make it more optimized, like there. So for like just a random shapeshift, that's fine. And yeah, we're basically at Keidakat now. Keidakat with fluffy ears. Are we happy with Keidakat? Should I tweak it more? I don't know how well it really reads. It is funny that it still follows expressions though. Problem is sad as this. Actually, no, wait, that's a surprise, isn't it? It's still basically sad too. It's weird. Also hydrate. Shift down, I can certainly try that. So let's try 0.9? Oh, that shifted up. 0.6. Like that? That work better? I do kind of give little Pomeranian vibes on this, don't I? Though they don't really have the floppy ears. So what dog am I thinking of then? But they're very poofy, and that's kind of the point on it. So we're gonna name this one dog, and copy this node setup. Oh, I forgot to do the toggle thingy. Let's make sure it toggles properly. there's normal cat, and then Keidakat. It is funny to just see them flop as they return. Alright, so that is now added to my usual one of them. And now, what are we doing for the last hour is the question. Because I can't fix the mouth upper up without figuring out what it's doing. I guess let's take a look at the actual parameters and make sure things line up. Because the parameter it should be looking for is mouth upper up, this one, FT mouth upper up. So does that flow through our setup? Go over here, parameter, mouth upper up, right, upper up, left, upper up right 1. Is there a mouth upper up individual? Is that why it's not working? Oh, hang on, we can search. So if we put that in there. So we've got upper up left, upper up left, upper up right, left, upper up right. So is that why? If we go look at the... Let's go double check the down. So mouth lower down has 1, 2, and 4 for some reason. So this has mouth FT lower down. Okay, so I think that's why. I think it's somehow missing it in the parameter setup it's calling. So what we need to do in that case is we need to take the mouth upper up and add it to the list of options in here as a float. Put that there, enter, scroll down to the bottom. We should now have mouth upper up there. Then if we go into our blend shape driver and find our mouth upper up, we'll do it on limits. No, that's the wrong one. We need the lower limits here. No limit first. Mouth upper up right blend. But that's doing it off of upper up right. We don't have an upper up. Am I using the wrong parameters? Because it should have, unless the, hang on. I am getting myself confused now. Tracking state, tracking disabled. Am I enabled? Eye tracking disabled. So in here, does it have the one we're expecting it to? It's gonna take a second to click, isn't it? I don't remember if I did that hydrate, so I did it again. Okay. Do they have mouth upper up? FT, mouth upper up right, and upper up left have 1 through 4. It's different. We've at least figured out a possible cause. Now the question is, what do we do about it? Because I don't entirely know how this thing fully works. And we're not gonna know until we trial and error stuff, I think. So we know that this is running off of the proxy FT V2 mouth upper up right. And if we actually go look at the parameters that are baked into here, because I thought we had copied them. Maybe we hadn't copied the correct parameters. So that should be under animators, ARKit, parameters. Does this one have mouth upper up left and right? Okay, it does. It does. Okay, so we just got the wrong parameter list then. That would cause issues. So then we need to duplicate this one, and we're going to drag that back to where our other stuff is, which is somewhere over here. Not under face blend shapes, animators, there we go. So that should put it in the one that we had all of our other stuff in. Okay, blend shapes. So this is the most recent we added. So now if we go over here, click on this one, and then replace the original one with this one, which should be the corrected one. We'll even rename this one to, instead of it being 1, this is going to be parameters fixed. So in theory, this should fix our issue without having changed anything in the FX layer. So time to see if that is in fact the case. So we will just let it set up stuff. I'm gonna be very happy if that in fact does fix it. I'm also a bit concerned that because we didn't have that before, that might have also been the issue with the eyes, and now the eyes are gonna be wrong. We'll have to see. And hi Sumo, how are you? Let's see. It's still buffering, still loading. I still love the giraffe. It's so silly. Though it can be a bit distracting at times when I'm not expecting it, and it's just suddenly on stream, giraffe! Alright. So now we got this. Oh, yeah, custom Minecraft mod packs are troublesome with errors. Ooh, yeah, they're especially when you got like over 200 mods. Good luck. I've tried helping out with like mod pack stuff. I've learned to read some errors, but man, is it hard. Alright, so let's first check mouth upper up. No! Still no? Mouth lower down still works. But mouth upper up doesn't still. Why? Does our fix to the eyelids still work? Yes. That still functions. So that's odd. We are using the correct parameters now, right? So we're using the fixed version. The fixed version should have the mouth upper up right. Yeah, and it has the upper up left. I am confused. Okay, we're gonna do another sanity check. So we're gonna go grab the... not that one. Where'd it go? Prefabs. The VRChat one. We're gonna drag a second one of these onto our avatar. So this is exactly... Come on. Up. Box. Work with me here. There we go. Not loading certain materials and certain mods and certain items just completely failed to register. It's a pain to troubleshoot. Are you doing this on a new world or on an old save? Because there are many times where changing what mods are in a mod pack may result in the IDs being scrambled and thus stuff not loading right. It's a new mod pack, so new world entirely. Fair enough. So you're trying to do world generation shaders and textures from better Minecraft and integrate create mechanism mine colonies and applied energistics. Oh, good luck with that. Create especially is a bit of a problem child when it comes to mods, because it is great to play with. Terrible to try and work into a mod pack. It has so many problems. Okay, so this one is using the one that has all of those. Oh yeah, definitely, especially with the add-ons. So now that we've at least confirmed that, that makes sense. And that's using this one, which has that. So we'll delete that additional one. How do we fix this one? I don't even entirely understand what's wrong with it. Because we fixed the incorrect parameter. But how does it still not do the thing? You know what, let's just make sure, let's also make sure that we've got the face tracking we need. For a sanity check, let's just straight use the one that's in here, I think. Come on, you gonna... There we go. So now we've got the default menu that is normally on this thing, and we'll try it with that. See if the default menu is any different than what we've currently got. Yes, you did make it back, Hades. You've made it back in time for our latest test. I'm just waiting for it to load. I mean, you might be later than you've said, but we've still got an hour left of stream. Well, hour less than 5 minutes. I just realized that we've got two Hades in chat. We've got Hades and Hades Hawk. Alright, so face tracking looks like the menu is the same. I wouldn't expect this to really change anything. Okay, so there's the limits and there's the emulation thingy. Maybe that was one of the things that was not working. I don't know what iSync is. Let's confirm that the iBlink still functions as expected. Yeah, basically. It moves, but it doesn't go too crazy far. It's still reined in, so that's fine. And then mouth upper up is still broken, is it? Yes, it is. Why? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and grab the frickin' thingy from where we've got it normally over here. So we want this one to be the copy. That's I believe what we want. Yes, Nomster. Very nice, Hades. Let's see. Do we have prefab solar? Yes, we do. Okay. So we will rename this one to KK_VF. That should work. Alright, so now we've got that saved. So now that we've got that prefab saved, we can remove it and we can put on the pure default Jerry's template prefab and see, does the existing prefab have this same issue? And I am expecting this to be a yes. So we go into test mode. Yeah, I don't think I would recommend a monster for you, Kona. I don't recommend monster for myself. Oh, Alex's mobs is a fun mod. Oh, you've got a lot of mods. A lot of a lot of mods featuring mobs. There you go. Yeah, it's that is a interesting mod pack to do for your first time. You're gonna learn a lot. Hades, you should just laugh at me tripping over my words. That's my recommendation on that one. Okay, so on the pure default version, it has this issue. Why? Why is this an issue? I don't understand. If I... What if I go to the actual base of this and then try and trigger... Okay, so it is locked. It is getting told by some animator that it should not be animating. Okay. But why? Oh, you've learned a lot then, Sumo. Very nice. And Kona, congrats on the bottle of mustard, I guess? What else can we even think of to test? Don't drink mustard. Why would you want to drink mustard? Oh, so wait, what does this do? Oh, it actually makes you jump. I mean, it's a bottle of mustard, Kona. What did you expect to happen when you squeezed it? Don't drink bleach either. I would rather you drink mustard than bleach. Wow. Is there, like, another? I've already tried all of the other mouth up, though. So we got mouth upper up here, but that doesn't do anything. I have no idea. This is weird. So I think we're just stuck on mouth upper up, which sucks, because then it's a whole lot less expressive without it. Meh. Here we go, hydrated. Thank you for the follow, Suma. Trying to remember what else felt wrong about the face tracking. I mean, yeah, there's a lot that goes into face tracking between the blend shapes and then how you animate them. And heck, you have to figure out what platform and method you're using to face track, because the face tracking for this thing is different than the one that you see there. It uses the same blend shapes, but that's kind of it. All of the stuff doing the animation, doing the data flowing in, and the limits and stuff, that's all different. And yeah, Tsuma, there's a lot of binary testing that happens with making mod packs. What else can I even think to try now? Because mouth upper up is just its own problem. And then I know there was something else with the mouth that felt weird, but I don't know if it was just the lack of the mouth upper up, because that's such a commonly used one. Suppose that one's fine. The eye clipping we fixed. I'm glad you could breathe through your nose cone. Alright, hydrated. Here we go. Yeah, I highly recommend working on the actual mod pack before the branding for it. Like, you need minimum viable product before you can start marketing it. I suppose the one thing that we could do is the frickin' exaggerate the sad and stuff if we want to. Because I was thinking about updating my expression stuff. So, the other question I have is, do I want to make my angry look angrier, or is the pout that I currently have just too iconic at this point? Because I know I can exaggerate the sad and probably be safe, and not many people will be, like, upset about that, because, like, that's kind of sad, but I could definitely be sadder. but I don't know if being Angie should be angier than this. Because I don't really get Angie. Angie's like soon today angry. I mean, it kind of is. Because I've got like, I can be serious, which is kind of like what I'm doing now. But that's more just like ears down and stuff. Like it doesn't really read on my face as much, I guess. No. I mean, my ears are just my most expressive part, I feel like. They just do wiggles and everything. You know what? Since we've got time, let's pull up the avatar and we'll see what we can do with it. So we'll go model this one, pull up this, and luckily it is pulling up off stream first, so in case I had something up that I shouldn't show on stream, I can fix that first. Yesn't. Okay. So then we'll hide the armatures because we don't need to see those right now. Expand that one. Okay. That's fair, Sumo. So let's change the window capture to be Blender now. There we go. Alright, so here's what we got. And then I need to do tweaks to brow inner up if we want to increase how sad is. Because right now sad is just this, which isn't bad, but I think we can push it more. Actually, wait, is that even like match what we've got currently? Yeah, it looks about the same. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff in Blender that makes it a little bit hard to approach. So I think we're gonna do hide the eyes to make sure that we don't mess up any of the eye shapes that we've got going on here. Hide, there we go. And then if we go into sculpt mode, now we should be able to push things however we see fit. So we could even just drag this up more, though we do want this to be mirrored. So like, what if we do that? So that's not quite right, is it? Skip EP, skip that one. What do I feel like right now? That one. I like that one. Nope, not that one. We want sculpting. There we go. Yeah, that sad was definitely more scared than sad. Though it is a very fine line between scared and sad, I've found. 'Cause like, that's sad. And then just widen the eyes a little bit and that's scared. So I think maybe that? Not quite. This is trickier. Oh wait, hang on, there's another thing that we could try. What if we go into edit mode, select everything, vertex, blend from shape, and then do, instead of basis, do brow inner up, and then maybe set that to 0.5. There we go. So now we've just exaggerated it more. Which, I think that works. Do we want to do the same for... No sneer is kind of the one I use for mostly angry. So no sneer, kind of does that. Problem is you have to do it with like everything else for it to really do anything. Maybe the tweak it needs is you feel like sad that ears could stay facing forward but droop down like they do, but scared they flip back. Sort of. So my ears fold back when I'm angry. Like that. Whereas when they're sad, they'll go just down. And then if I'm really surprised, they go up. But that's like pure surprise. If I'm scared surprised, then it's down. Have I ever been angry at you? I don't think I have, Kona. Oh, I think I know what no sneer is missing. So if we do, not shading, sculpting. Oh, we need to hide these things because we don't want to accidentally move those. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to fix because I've got some clipping on my lower teeth sometimes. So that's the other thing I should tweak. Now that we've got that, should be able to go about in line with that, and then press that a little bit, and then other one, should push it a bit more. So it kind of has this purse lips to it. Does that look right? That does look a little bit angrier. I am pretty hard to make angry. Can we tweak this more? So what if we make that go down a little bit, and then that pull up a little bit more? Because like the shape of the mouth will change when you're like angry and stuff. Yeah, that looks a little bit more angry. And then like if I was not having no sneer, it's much happier. That kind of works though. I do see that we are clipping the mouth into the teeth there. So that's one thing that we do need to be cautious of. Yeah, so it's from that mouth right that it's currently doing that the most. So if we go, or the nose to near right. So if we go back into sculpting and then drag this out a little bit. A little bit more than that. Oop, that's shading. There we go. So that should help a bit. Though I think we need to do that on the left too, it looks like. Yes, I am very easily confused. Alright, so that looks right. And then if we pair that with the eyebrow down left, down right, left. Yeah, that's that's looking more angry. And if we were to close the jaw, is that too comedically angry is the question now? On human anatomy, the skin on the bottom lip stretches thin, so the teeth are still covered. That's a bit hard. There are a couple ways we could do that, because the lip does have 3D dimension to it type thing. But it's a little bit different. Like, you can kind of see it doing the thin there. Though, let's try sculpting that one a little bit. What if we do smooth a bit? Does that feel a little better? Still feels like it's just kind of pushing out is the issue. So maybe do a deflate a little bit. It's because it loses that kind of in there. So I think it's from that point, probably select like these and then do ++, vertex blend from shape. Oh, I'm on mesh there. Vertex blend from shape. Have it be basis, not add. One, and then go back to the sculpt mode and then smooth that out so that it's a little bit fixed. That should help, I think. Yeah, there we go. That feels less like it's influencing more than it should. So I think that works better. Now the trouble I'm gonna have is that the one that we've just done this on is the base, essentially. So that is its own thing, separate from the version that I have as this avatar. Because these are the VRM setups, which have everything in one, on one armature, because that's how VRM has to set up. And yeah, I do like the come cuddle now energy. That is about right. I'm trying to think of what is the best way to get those changes onto these ones.
watch me find it out for myself.
I don't think it's gonna work if we do... Like, we can't just copy. Or what if we did a data transfer? That is a weird suggestion, but what if we did? So show VRM. We're just gonna... Can I move the entire thing? No? Okay, that's the wrong one. Because that is the yoga-based one that never got turned into a thing. That was just basic test one. Alright, so base outfit is one we want to do this on. Grab that. So we'll scoot this to the side. So all the purple is missing textures. But if we select... Actually, we'll put that back for now. Body. And then... data transfer from... Because I'm really hoping that we can just data transfer this and fix the problem. So data transfer from body. And then... Can I do... Vertex groups, bevel, weight, colors isn't gonna work. Edge data, no. Face corner data. That's how we do normals, colors, and UVs. Smooth freestyle mask. Topology mapping, nope, okay. So there is no way of doing that, dang it. In that case, it's probably going to be easier to just recreate these ones, because it is essentially just taking all the pieces, merging them, and then exporting it again. The risk is if I export it wrong. I'm gonna worry about that in a second. The first question I should be asking is, are we done? It is only angry and sad the two that we wanted to push further. So there's a couple things that make backups hard with this. Because essentially, there is not quite a way to properly do that with my setup. So if I go back to Unity, which is where most of this stuff happens, you can see I've got avatars broken out into these objects here. And so if I pull up, not that one, but one of the VRM ones. Oh, right, this is confused because we're still in play mode. I should get out of play mode. So if I close that, pull up the VRM one. All right, so you can see we have the VRM object here that runs off of the VRM prefab. And this prefab is literally the FBX that we export. So as soon as we export as an FBX to this same spot, it will update this model. And so if I were to save it to a different location, then all of the setup that went into this avatar, including the fizz bones and other tweaks that I've done, would have to be redone. So there's not really a way to back up without backing up the entire project, I guess? Embarrassed's a little bit of a weird one, because there is no straight embarrassed. The closest I kind of have is when I do, which basically works. That's just me puffing out my cheeks, though. That's kind of the way of doing it. Because that's the I'm gonna shut up now because I've said something I shouldn't. Which works. The other option I have for embarrassed is just to force blush entirely. But that's not really embarrassed. But yeah, no comment is a good example of how that works. Because I swear I've used that before of someone has asked me something and I'm just like... Fair enough, 80s. I think the other more common expressions that I pull are confused, which is basically when I'm doing... because I'm just kind of moving my mouth side to side. That's how I normally show I'm confused and stuff. And then there's surprise, which I showed before. Scared surprise. And then, what else have I got? What other expressions do I pull, guys? I mean, I suppose there's just smile. And smile with mouth open and stuff. Yeah, it is kind of like worried. I mean, that's kind of what you do when your eyes go wide as well. Just, especially if it's frown. Eat? I mean, eat. I do eat, but that's not really an expression either. That's just mouth movements, which do get picked up quite well for what they are. I know one comment that I've gotten is that when I'm like trying to be excited with mouth open and smiling, I kind of look like I'm crazy. And I don't know if that's I need to tweak expressions or if that was just the picture I got. Because I've used it on thumbnails and stuff before. Hang on, let me go grab the picture I'm thinking of, and then that'll probably help. Because if I go pull up the thumbnail, I should be able to show it pretty easily. Where is it? Oh, I actually used it on this thumbnail. That's kind of a funny coincidence. So if I swap that to the photo, there we go. So yeah, this thumbnail where I'm trying to look excited. I've been told that this one looks a little bit crazy. What do you guys think? Do I need to reassess how I'm doing my smiles and stuff, or do I just need to take better pictures? I kind of have it. Because, like, if you notice, my eyes normally kind of have a kind of downwards curve to them. And then that one has upwards curve. Alright, so I do definitely look crazy in that one, is what you're saying. Hydrating. What do you think, though, Eternal? Any comment on this expression? I feel like part of the issue with this one specifically is that there is so much of the whites of like the top part of my eyes. Because I'm very clearly looking down because my head is tilted back. Which is just hard to do. Like I'm about to eat the camera. Yeah. It's funny that you say that one's missing a blood splash on the cheek, because I have done those kinds of things on older versions of models before. Actually, do we even have any pictures of that? I'm sure I do somewhere. Let me see. It would be probably around October of last year. Because it was on my my cheerleader outfit. So if we click on that one, is that going to open a new one? I think it is. Is it going to open anything at all? Oh, because it's on the cloud right now. It's going to have to download first. What's a yandere? Is it another hand? Do you seriously not know what a yandere is, Eternal? I mean, I suppose you didn't know what a surprising number of other things were. But it is a very loving person in the dangerous sense. They are obsessive. All right. I'm wondering if it's. Because I could exaggerate my smile more and the cheek squint too. But that is a very dangerous territory as well. So here, we'll do. Go back to Blender. So right now we have this one, and then if we go cheek squint, you can see how cheek squint actually immediately pulls in the mouth and stuff right now. And then if we pair that with smile left and smile right. Apparently I never actually get that smiley. I'm surprised it goes that much. I'm not eating a blender. I'm actually shocked that that's the degree that it goes to, given that it's normally seen as just... Like, there is such a huge difference between that. Do I have something on my thing that's limiting that? Or am I just not hitting the max smile? No, I'm hitting like 91 and stuff. Oh, it's because cheek squint is never that high. Cheek squint is normally like 20. You prefer the cursed smile? You prefer the one that's up right now, Hades? Hang on. Let me check something. Because if I do this and then check the blend shape adjustment, let's go look at the cheek squint, left and right. Okay, so those are currently at 1. What if we crank those up? Oh shoot, that's 2.5, not 2.5, 1.5. Okay. It looks like a forced smile. Yeah. Yeah, so I definitely don't need to tweak the blend shapes on this. The blend shapes already go too hard. But most of my tracking stuff doesn't seem to work with that. What do we feel about the tweak that I just did, where it's just easier to hit? I feel like that seems like it works a bit better. Though it also feels unbalanced somehow. What is going on? Maybe it's not. I don't know. The right side is wider? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it unbalanced on this too? No, it looks fine there. All right, well let me tone it down on this one. Let me set this one back to normal so that we just focus on the other. Or focus on me, I guess. Where's cheek squint? There we go. So we'll set that back to neutral. Yeah, it could just be my actual expression. I don't know. But I do think it needs a little bit of a tweak. Also a thing to check is just, there we go. If we go here, to where I'm more central and like staring straight, is it still doing it? It definitely looks like it's triggering the cheek thing more on left side than right. What if we do... How does this tweak it? I feel like that might have helped. Question is it too much now? It looks like I'm about to pounce on you. Eh. It does probably feel like a little bit too much. I mean, I should hope this model looks better than the model behind. The model behind me is just incomplete. Let's try 0.25 maybe. Oh, you know, that would do it actually. I just realized that one's not set to 1.5. That's set to 15. No wonder it was doing that. There we go. What do we think about that? Is that better? Though since this one is just tweaks in the actual tracking program, it's a whole lot easier to actually mess with. So if we don't like it, or if we decide later that it's like too distracting or just not quite right, just let me know. I can mess with it more. But I do think this is at least a little bit of an improvement as far as smiling goes on this. Because it has more of the cheek squint, which is, I think, what it needed. I'll have to make sure that I export that stuff too. Hamsters and fish. Where are all the new animals I can shapeshift to now? So we're not putting those in the shapeshifting catalog thingy because they're like special thingy is, I guess, the best way to put it. They're not a model that's been created. They're just a thing I can do. So it's like all of the stretch ones of you have to know to ask for it. So they're not going anywhere. Is basically the point. Is I just want to be able to be like, I can be a fish and pull it out. And if someone remembers that I could be a fish, they could ask for it. There we go. Got that done. Anything else we need to do? I don't think frown needs to be more exaggerated, does it? No, everything's fine. So then, are there any other expressions? Because I think that covers all the ones I can think of. Because squint and stuff is all fine. Oh, you're asking what the options are. Currently we've got fish, walrus, cat, of course, dog, bat, I believe are all of them. As well as the creepy smile and the exaggerated sad. But those are not really recommended. Well, creepy smile is funny. Oh, that's what it was. That's what I was forgetting. The frickin' the lower mouth clipping on creepy smile. Because if I do this, you can see my teeth clip through. So I need to fix that. Which is kind of funny, given that that's an issue due to it being pushed well past its limits. So that's like 90% of the time you're not gonna, well, not even 90, like 99% of the time you're not gonna see that. But it is still enough to annoy me. So we're gonna try and fix that. I think we just need to do the mouth smile left and right, and then tweak the teeth to it. So if we go tab, H, edit that, and then poke into the head, and this is kind of going to be a weird one to grab because we need to grab specifically like that vertex there, I think is the one. And then we just need this to ever so slightly get pulled in a bit. But we also don't really want to... I guess we'll just do, like... That's probably enough. I'm not entirely sure, though. We'll push it a little bit more. You wish you could see this properly. What do you mean? Oh, right, I need to do the same on mouth smile left. So now if we go to that, where we've got that, let's open the mouth. Oh, right, that's what you mean by wish you could see it properly. I forgot to move things back. Yeah, I have my model tracked where my expressions tie to what it's doing. That's why my ears and stuff move so well as well with how my voice is, because I can have my hands literally right here and you can see that all of the stuff works. And Eternal, you do not have to feel like that's rude. If I start messing with a game or something and I am still right in front of it, tell me, please. I've just forgotten and gotten distracted. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, Baller, though. We're doing the little tweaks that should make it even more expressive than it already is. At least that's the hope. Oh, there is something that I also thought about doing at one point. This is another random tangent. So let me see how this looks. But how can I do this? Because I've seen this done before. So if we do add expression, blink, and then we add 2 blend shape conditions for Where is it? I blink left and I blink right should both be maximum. Actually, no, it should be minimum, should be 75? No, we'll do minimum 80. Minimum 80 on both of those. And then that should output a value for, how much would that be? 100? Actually, no. Point 0.9 is what I'm gonna test there. And then if we do so delete connected nodes on that one. And then we do so this will have a bit of trouble on future shapeshifts if we keep it, is what I'm thinking. But if we do head, this is going to be very silly depending on how it works. Oh yes, my eyes do light up when I speak. So what is the actual param that tied to is now the question. Oh, we do have a just blink param. Can I just tie that to it? So I don't even need the expression thingy there. Unless... I'm confused. Because we don't want that to be a blend shape. Nope, not that thingy. Now this one might be an exploratory one that I have to do later. Delete that one. Oh, we have a Frank. Yeah. I was gonna see if I could have like a slight squish whenever I blinked. But that, I don't know. Because that's probably more cartoonish than I normally go, but it could be funny. So I don't know. It takes so much setup for so little payoff, though. If it's something that's like extra movement all around all the time, maybe that is enough payoff. What, a hair? What? Oh, what hair on Frank? Frank's mustache. Alright. Oh, right, I was checking Mouth Open. I was doing a thing, wasn't I, before I got distracted? You've now seen me in full production mode, essentially. Okay. So there's the interesting bit, is that Mouth Smile is definitely too far forward. So I think we're actually going to adjust the smile itself at that point, I think. Because that's clearly causing problems. So we need to hide these again. And then, so let's do a smile right is gone. Get rid of the X. So if we do that and then go to layout, okay, so that one's fine. And then we add in that one, and that one needs tweaking. So back to sculpting, drag that one back out. It's getting there, but a little bit more, I think. Okay, that should be fine. So that looks about how you'd want that. And then if we do jaw closed, this looks so cursed. Oh, the teethless cat looks cursed? Yeah. All right, and smile looks fine. Aside from it clipping through the hair, which is fixed by something on the hair, not on the face. All right. So with that tweak, that should be good. So now we need to do the re-export the default outfit setup. Whoop, whoop. Why is all that hidden? Okay, that should be fine now. All right, how many bones do I have? Depends. Depends on how you define bones. Nice, so I don't need yoga wear. There we go. That's not the right one. That one's the one I need. So hide that one again. Bones on model. That again depends. Are you asking on the VRChat version or are you asking on the VRM version? Because those are two different ones. So I think the current VRM one, if we go select this armature, this has 126 bones. So we need the base outfit, the base, the hair. Oh, that's the wrong hair. We need the ribbon hair for this one. And the tails. Is that even selecting everything it needs though? So we need armature, cat. We'll just select all those to be sure. And then we need armature hair with, well, we don't really want the animation, do we? And then the ribbon. And then we need that one, that armature, we need the pose. We need the body and the body base. And then we need that base, those, the dress, and the outfit, as well as the secondary. Alright, so now we've got all those. So now we have to duplicate all of this, and then we're just going to place it right back where it was. And nope, that has done it wrong. Okay. So we're going to try and duplicate based on these then. Duplicate collection. So we'll move this up to the top for now. We can hide that one. Duplicate this collection. Move that up to the top. Hide the base. Same with this one. Put that in between the two. Hide, and then duplicate that collection. That spooked me. I am aware that it is bedtime. I am just gonna try and wrap this up. Hydrating. So then we're gonna drag all of these armatures into the same collection. And then tails, you drag these two in. All that stuff needs to go into that. All right, so now we can get rid of these empty collections. And then rename this collection to VRM base outfit 2. And then our basic one, custom model creation. We need armature 013, and the first one we're connect is armature 014. All right, so then merge those two, let it think. Oh, it's already done. I was not expecting it to be that fast. No, it's not already done. Okay, yeah, it's just not responding. All right, let it think for a little bit. Hopefully this is not enough to take down stream. We'll see. Frank is a nice lobster. Oh, and there's a Frank. Hi, Frank. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So that connected, that was fine. Next one is... Wasn't there another one? You eepy? Why not go eep then? We'll be wrapping up shortly. Well, I say that. We're trying to wrap up shortly. Merge those ones. And then merge the hair 03. You don't want to eat. That's fair. All right. So now all of this is one thing. And then has that got... Okay, this one doesn't even have a secondary. What have I done? Something's weird. What is back? Oh, that's added the extras. Shoot, I should have removed those earlier. Okay, so we don't need back. We can delete back. And then we need exactly one of these body bases. Which one is it? I think it's going to be this one because it matches the other one. So we'll get rid of that one. And then we've got two different cat ones. Does one of these cat ones have hair? One of them does. All right, well, we don't need the hair without the ribbon. So delete that one. And then we don't need the one that has the hair on this one. So we've got that. So we've now got body, matches body, base, cat. And then we've got dress. This one has outfit as its own thing. Is this dress? Okay. So that dress is just on there. We could just join the two meshes. I think that might be what we did on the other one. So I think we'll do that. So if we just join those two, now that's outfit and that should be fine. So I think that should work. And then we can get rid of secondary. We don't need secondary. All right. So we've now got what should be the same as this, aside from the names, which are just gonna change. And should be fine, as long as we don't mind fixing, like, mesh to material, which isn't hard. That's not the hard part. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We just need to rename them in the thing. So that should be fine. Doesn't mean I'm not scared of pushing this, though, because it's scary every frickin' time. So we will... Do not eat the black wristband. Just don't. We will select all of this. We will go export FBX, and then I should have a preset for the VRM, so that should be all the same VRM settings that I usually do. And then we need to put this in with the outfits is where I normally put this, in clothes, bodycon dress, dependencies, models. That one is the one that we need to be replacing. So we'll export that, save, and it's saved, so that means that the export should be complete. Now we need to go to the Unity again. So we'll go back here, let it think, because it is currently importing. Hopefully this finishes quickly and it's not anything troublesome. I am definitely going to be putting this out as I'm going to be exporting the actual full model as its own thing as well. That way I don't overwrite this in case something breaks. Because that part I can at least back up. Even if I can't back up every single step of this like I would want to. It is got like a minute left almost, 59 seconds. Nope, now it said it's over a minute, okay. It is counting up. It should be fine, it just does this occasionally. Okay, it's done. So now I can hide the winter VRM and we go to this one? Question mark? Okay, no, not that one. Why not that one? Where is it then? This one? No, that's definitely not it. Eh? You would think that's different though. That's importing. That's moving files. That's not graphical thingies. And hi, Digger. So why do I not have a VRM for the one that I was expecting to? Like this, I think is the one that it should be, because this has the VRM body materials, doesn't it? Yeah, that's eyes VSF and face VSF. You can see that on my website, because I don't remember. It's in the about section. Can you do this with VTubing, not VRChat? That's actually currently what we're doing. We've gotten distracted. We are currently trying to do some tweaks on this model that I'm currently using. Because if we're messing with face stuff anyways, might as well see if we need to mess with the root of the face stuff instead of just the VRChat face tracking. Though it's not the full proper breakdown of what it is, because I've gotten distracted and had trouble, and this is something that's very hard to do live, is what I'm realizing. But it's still interesting. So how do we actually do this? Why does that even have a head collider? Oh, right, because it's a spring bone collider. So that is necessary. That's just not what I need, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to, oh, I guess it's because I haven't messed with this one since I realized the new method of making the VSF. Because I used to have to export everything as a VRM, then re-import it in a whole other Unity project in order to convert it to a VSF and do like several additional steps. I can now go straight from FBX to VSF. And the trick with that is to first import the FBX. So we're gonna go import the FBX here, and we'll put this under this one, rename this one to Keidakat party press VSF. That should work. And then we need to copy this head collider and paste as a child on this one, which I think that's still the wrong place for it, because it needs to actually go on the head, which is why that one's not even a thing. Actually, it would probably be better to do this from the winter VRM, wouldn't it? Because I know these work. So these should go on this one, not this one. And then if we expand the armature to the head, that should give us, not belly, chest, neck, head, this one, head collider 1. This is what we need to stick on the head. So expand this one down to the head. Up, put that right there. Wait, Digger, I was talking to Eternal for where the, what my computer is. I don't have a tutorial video for how I do the face tracking, if that's what you're asking. Because that's literally what we're doing right this second. So we need, this needs to be pointed at the correct armature, because we need to fix the actual things so they're pointing at the right thing. Armature of that one. Oh, we don't have a scarf, so this one can just be removed. All right, and then back to adding the hair physics. So that should be all the bangs. Oh, and that needs to be pointed to the correct head collider. There we go. Oh, and now we have a Frank, or a Fred. Oh, Frank is too busy. And now we need hair left. Hairpins back, hairpins side, or hair side, and then the right hair. Did that get pointed to the right one? That one did not. That should be that one. And now that I've clicked that, that should be good. All of these should be pointed to the correct model now. And now we just need the head collider. Whoop, wrong one. Okay, that stays. Ah! I'll hydrate in just a second. Let me finish putting the head collider there. There we go. Hydrating. And then we need the ears. So ears are under the cat ear base, and we have to skip past the base because the base is needed for moving the ears, whereas the ear L and ear R are the actual physics, and that doesn't have any colliders. And then tail is over here. Also skip past the base on both of them to tail base L and tail base R. And then chest, these ones are just straight root bones because I don't pose my boobs. There we go. Currently the hydrate is on a cooldown, just because I haven't been feeling well recently. I have had tummy issues. Sleep well, Hades. That is one that I really should have. Thank you for reminding me that I need to make that one, Eternal. Let me just drop the link to the website myself. There we go. Alright, so we've got physics set now. The things it's still missing are... So that one's that one. That one needs to hide. Because this just has wrong materials entirely. So that's one thing we need to fix. And we also need to rename each of these so that they are what they should be. What is that weird... I've never seen that yellow triangle. I don't know what that is. Well, you heard it then, Eternal. Because basically what I was saying was that the spring bones, if you put a bone as a spring bone, you can't pose it in, like, VNyan. So for, like, my ears, I have an extra bone underneath the bone that starts the physics so that I can pose them. Alright, and then probably need copy this one, paste component as new, and then copy this component, paste component as new here, and then grab that, because this has worked before. So now we're just missing the actual materials. So eyes VSF, and then face VSF goes there. Body base goes for the body VSF. And then cat should be the actual cat materials. So cat goes cat, and then outfit, nope, not the body, we want the outfit. Bodycon dress goes on the outfit as well as on the ribbon, and then hair is its own thing. There we go. So that should, okay, so that also has a weird triangle thingy. I have no idea what that is. We're just gonna hope that's fine. So now if we select that, VNyan SDK, export avatar for VNyan. Oh, it's missing the VRM meta. Why did that one? Oh, it does have that. I just didn't add that. So copy component, paste component as new. There we go. So now if we export as VSF avatar, and now we have to go find where this is in my things. So that should be in completed models, VTuber, me, V6, and then this is V6 party dress, VRChat avatar, and we'll put this as VRChat avatar 2, because this is the test one. So this is not overwriting everything, so I still have my old model if this one doesn't work. I am hoping that it functions and we have all of the blend shapes that we just worked on. So we'll be able to see it as the final thing for the stream. And I will have to see if I can get some help on why the frick the upper lip up is just not functioning on the VRChat avatar. I'll also probably have to reach out to the person that I paused the commission for and let them know that there's still just an issue, unfortunately. Alright, so that is exported. So now there's going to be a little bit of lag while I pull it up. You're going to hear me talk while I try and find where the frick this went. Modeling. Completed avatars. VTuber. Keidakat, that one. And then it is that one. Okay. So that looks like it's functioning. My cheeks are clipping weirdly. Eeh. Yeah, I'm now unfrozen at least. Yes, because it was just loading the new avatar. So the ones that we did were Enki, which doesn't look that different. But I think it works. I might push that a little bit more even. If I go that one, shape adjustment. Because am I even hitting max on that? If we look at the sneer. Yeah, I'm not hitting as much as I could on that. So maybe if we do no sneer left as a 1.5. And then no sneer right as a 1.5. I do look angrier. Yeah. What do you guys think about that one? Upset car. Basically. Oh, I forgot a thing. I forgot to add the add the physics to my ribbon. So that'll be something I have to fix, but we'll worry about the expressions first. Next one we need to test was the sad. Yeah, I think that works more as sad. It's just a little bit exaggerated from what it was, which is good. Yeah, well, that's because I legitimately have my hands up like this sometimes. Or I've just got it like resting on my knee or something and that puts it in frame. But yeah, so are we happy with the expressions? Is there any issues or anything? Right. Oh, there's an issue. Hang on. Because that's let me just zoom in. You can kind of see the top of my teeth there, huh? How do we want to fix that is now the question. Because I could just raise the top of my teeth up. That's a weird way of solving it. The other one is just like tone down the nose sneer because that looks like it's what it's on. Yeah. Stretch teeth up. Yeah, I think that's probably the way of doing it.
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it.
I'm not gonna shove an entire lemon in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this just on the actual VRM version first, because I should be able to just. Oh, hang on. Let me switch to Blender and. I could stay the zoom. No, I cover too much. Camera control. Actually, wait, no. Easier method is just go game again. There we go. So now I'm off to the side again. And then if we swap this to Blender, so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Wait, what's cursed looking? Just me being big on the screen? Oh, shoot, no, didn't mean to hide that. Alt-H to unhide. I wanted to shrink down this so that it was affecting everything else less. And I think we just scoot that up. Probably about as high as we can feasibly go, I would think. We might even pull that back a smidge. Oh, being able to see above the teeth? Yeah, that is a bit cursed. Alright, so that should work. So now if we select that all, and then do the export again, file export, FBX, make sure that we have the VRM, select that one, export, save again, and then just redo the Unity export. Do I even want to pull up Unity again on this? I'm not changing anything visible to you guys, so I don't think I will. I will just let it import and then do the re-push the FBX again. I do need to figure out why the hair didn't keep the thingy. Oh, wait, no, I think I know why. No, maybe I don't. Oh, yes I do. It's because I have it named the wrong thing. That's a very easy fix though. I just need to remove the ribbon from cat hair and it should auto-fix itself. So I will do that as well. Oh, and let me hydrate. Will do, false. We are already 30 minutes over. I am just too focused and need to fix thing. I mean, I do have work tomorrow, so I've got to be mindful of that. I've also got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but that's after work. Okay, so that is pushed through. I can now rename the hair quickly to fix that one. Will not worry about the, actually, do I want to worry about the ribbon? I could just very easily copy the thing and yeah, I'm just gonna copy the component for the ribbon physics and fix that too while I'm at it. It's just drag armature in and then that is on the right arm. So that should be off of right shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, arm ribbon. There we go. Drag that in and then export this into the same place that we did last time. That one. All right, that's working. Yeah, day job is not as much fun as this. It would be great if I just didn't have to worry about money and could do this all the time. But that's way in the future if I'm even gonna ever get there. I'm not gonna try and hold myself to that standard of supporting myself with this. Let's try, so we'll do a quick shapeshift into something else first. We'll do Lobster Love, and then pull up the other one again. And there we go. So now you can see that as fixed the ribbon, so that's a good thing. And then if we zoom in and check on my teeth again, it no longer does the thing. And my hair's functioning normally. So what do you think? What do we think? Are we happy with this? Is this everything we could have wished for in the minor expression update that was, well, rather unplanned? Yee. So hopefully that also fixes my my concerns with the what's up? The sad expression, as well as the maybe. Walrus. I mean, I could do walrus. Might actually be worth seeing how those did tweak, if at all. I don't think many of them would. Actually, no. I know one of them would have, because we tried to fix the creepy smile clipping. So let's check the creepy smile. Hey, there's no more. Well, my tongue clips, but my teeth don't anymore. So that's good. And then walrus wouldn't have had any changes because that's on mouth stretch. And neither would have the fish because that's just cheek puff. So I think we're good. I think I'm happy. Now I just have to repeat that process that I showed you for all of my other outfits. Wait, this is kind of when you, oh yeah, when I'm zoomed in. Yeah. That is basically what this is though. So it works. You just make funny faces and stuff. Alright, well, I should wrap up here, because otherwise I will get distracted and do the other 4 avatars. Wait, that's not even counting Buff Cat. I don't want to do Buff Cat again. I'm gonna leave Buff Cat alone. Buff Cat can be less expressive. I'm fine with that. These tweaks were not enough of an upgrade for me to modify Buff Cat again. I am not touching that one. Buff Cat is too cursed already. I am scared of Buff Cat. I don't like it. It's just, no Buff Cat. At least it's funny expressions pulled at the end of stream. Let's see. Yes, I know it's EP time. I'm trying to frickin' force myself to figure out who we're raiding and stuff, but I keep getting distracted on making sure things are fine and, like, look good and it's what I do. I get, like, fixated on making sure everything is how I want it, and I have to remind myself, step at a time, little bit is still improvement. And I'm currently at the point of I can't tell if I'm just this smiley right now, or if the smile is triggering too easy. Wait, are you my first YouTube commenter? We have had other people in the YouTube side of stream. They've just all wandered off for eeps and stuff, because I'm already 30 minutes over. Only complete with Buff Cat is weird shading, it's almost shiny. Yeah, because Buff Cat didn't receive the same VSF type shading that I've specifically created for this one. But that's also because when I tried to put that type of shading on Buff Cat, you couldn't see the muscles as well. So I kind of had to lean towards this one's just cursed, it's supposed to be creepy, and we're going to let things stay visible, because otherwise I just look lumpy and it's weird. Alright, who do we want to raid? Do we want someone we know, or do we want someone else who is working on some kind of project? Who's online right now? There's a Sowie. Are you talking about the hang on, I'm just gonna turn off the ones that I think you're talking about. The one that made me go from this to this? 'Cause probably not. I'll be honest. I don't think there's enough ambient, like there's enough difference in it to really do that. I mean, heck, let me just swap to Buff Cat. 'Cause you can see, like, this is Buff Cat. If I turn off ambient occlusion, it doesn't really affect the muscles as much as it probably should. It's just a thing. It is kind of funny that the since the mouth smile tweaks that we did were on Venian's side, it does actually trigger over on this one. It's just the saddened stuff isn't as expressive on this, which is fine. I don't care on that. Oh, I forgot to turn the ambient occlusion back on. There we go. Yes, I know I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out who we're rating. Because there's a Zowie, there's a Hazmat, there's a Wandering Fox, who we've rated before, or Zool, Ace, Killdeer. Who do we want to raid? Did anyone stick out to you guys when I listed them off? Yes, I know. I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna go raid. I'm just easily distracted. I'm a cat chasing a laser pointer right now. You gotta help me. I think we might go raid Killdeer. They're currently doing Magic the Gathering. So, are they? Oh, no, I think they might be finishing. Are they setting up for another one, or are they finishing? I can't tell. Let me wave in their chat and see if they mention. Oh wait, no, they're doing a 16-hour. No, that's for their sub goal. All right, I think we will raid them. Yes, so they've just said they're playing Magic the Gathering, so they're doing good. I will be back on Thursday, and what are we doing Thursday again? Blueprints, I think? Yes. No. Yes. We're doing blueprints on Thursday. And I will warn you now, I have not practiced my piano as much as I had wanted to. I had actually entirely forgot about it for, like, all of December. So do not expect me to try and play the sheet music from blueprints while we're doing that. I will fail. You can ask for it if you want to hear me fail, but it's not gonna end well. So I will see you guys on Thursday. Tschüss,